threw the ration box away, the cardboard carton, we left and we crossed this valley, and then we started to climb the hills opposite, and they were quite steep really, and it was slippery most of the way. And we didn't only have our normal gear, we had, each man had either a pick or a shovel on top of his normal equipment, you know. And then again, of course, in the army, you always got, every section had a Bren gun. Well, you couldn't leave the Bren gunner to carry his Bren gun all the way on marches and whatnot, because the Bren gun weighed about 3 times the bloody weight of a rifle. I forget the weight of it now, it's 20 odd pounds I think, whereas a rifle was only 8 pounds, 2 ounces or something. Anyway, so you got the Bren gun coming back, you see, you did a spell on the Bren gun, and that was just, you just hung on to it as long as you could, really. There was no set time for it. When you felt you'd had enough, you passed it to the bloke behind, and there was never any argument about that. Blokes never said, oh well, you've only had it 5 minutes, so you've not had it long enough, you know. I always remember that. And some fellas had hung on to it for ages, and when you thought, well, he's carried that long enough, because you could see him in front, the bloke in front had the gun, you tap him on the shoulder to take it off him, and quite often the bloke would say, no, I'm okay, you know, and he'd carry on for quite a long while, some of them. Anyway, what I'm saying is this, so we were already overloaded, and we started to climb these bloody hills, or this particular hill. And then we had a halt, and the platoon officer said, well, if you take my advice now, you'll eat your vitamin tablets, you see, because you've got a lot of climbing ahead of you. Well, I said, what vitamin tablets? I didn't know anything about any bloody vitamin tablets. And then when I saw them all opening these little packets with the vitamin tablets in, and having a gulp of water and taking the vitamin tablets, I thought, oh gee, what have I done here? And it occurred to me then that I'd chucked them away with the box, you see, with the carton. Because as I say, it was going dark, and at the time that we drew the rations, and I was amazed that nobody had said, or that I hadn't noticed them. I don't know why everybody else, it seemed, had noticed them, or had been told that there were vitamin tablets in the box, and I didn't know, I had no idea. And so then I began to think to myself, oh Jesus, I'm in a bit of a fix now, because I'll never get up these bloody hills. But the opposite happened. It was funny, because as we started off again, we started this climb, and it was quite tedious, because it wasn't just, you know, the ground was damp then. It was slippery, remember. You used to have to hold on to trees and whatnot to get up, or a bloke behind would give you his hand or his rifle, and you hold each other up. That's how bad it was. But I began to notice then certain fellas falling out, and at the side of the track. And it occurred to me then, I thought, well, he's had his bloody vitamin tablets. And then a bit further on, they come across another, and they weren't all little fellas, some big fellas, and I thought, Christ, he's had his vitamin tablets and all. So I began to feel the opposite then. I was quite bucked up, and I began to get a bit cocky about it, you know. I thought, bloody hell, I'm going to see the lot of them out here. I'll carry on to the top without the bloody vitamin tablets, and that's what happened. They didn't all fall out, of course, only 1 or 2 stragglers here and there. But I always remember that bucked me up no end, knowing that I'd had no bloody vitamin tablets, and that I got to the top of the hills. Anyway, that's another story at the top. I should carry on with that, but perhaps I don't know. That leads on really to a longer tale, because that's where we first came into contact with the Japanese, when we got to the top of these bloody hills early that morning. That same morning I'm telling you about going up the hills. They were occupying a couple of villages at the top, you see. Now let's have a